firebox to request emergency.
Press 0 to repeat the message. Important message from City of Boston.
Alert Boston. Currently there is a statewide 911 outage. Officials are working with emergency zones. Reach out to your local police district, bpdnews.com
So they got a statewide 911 outage, which should never ever happen.
Press 0 to repeat the
Repeat it
message.
one more. Repeat it a couple of times so you guys can hear what they're saying.
Important message from City of Boston.
Alert Boston. Currently there is a statewide 911 outage. Officials are working to quickly resolve it. Reach out to your local police district, bpdnews.com/districts, or call 311 during this time. You can also call the firebox to request emergency service.
So I was just talking to my coworker about how this system is set up. We have a 911 system that's basically relying off of files. And files in the city of Boston is not reliable whatsoever when it comes to communication. It's not a reliable source, much like the copper wire system we had back in the days. And you older people who know what I'm talking about. You remember when the lights always went out? We had many power outages back in the day. The telephone system under Atlantic Bell or Bell Atlantic or New England Telephone never ever that I can remember went out, because it was based off of just low voltage electricity, which was battery stored, and then they got your audio across the landline. So now when you got cell phones and towers, you got a lot of moving parts. You got electricity, you got radios, you got transmitters, you got receivers. But the fiber optics is the same way. You're taking audio and you're turning it into electricity, then you turn it into light. You transfer it over a long range of cables or fiber, then you're converting it back over to audio again. There's too many moving parts. So it's not a reliable system. So the firebox system is almost like the telephone system, like the copper wire. When you pull the firebox, you have electricity, which is DC, pretty much low voltage, probably 24 or 12 volts, and it's setting off a signal through the wiring, and that runs off of batteries as well. So you have a more reliable system because there's less moving parts. So now that we got fiber optic and we're getting rid of all the copper wire, which they're forcing all the elderly people who do have copper wires, Verizon, under the leadership of I believe it was Marty Walsh, brought Verizon in, and then Verizon actually shut off elderly people's phone, even though their bill was in good standard, because they didn't convert over to fiber optic. There's a lot more going on with Verizon than that. It's crazy, but right now we have a 911 outage statewide, not citywide, statewide. Now that should never happen. That's unacceptable. The governor, a lot of heads got to start rolling, and they got to roll from the top down. If you're allowing these people to come in and do shoddy work and with an antiquated system, no backup plan, then, and if you don't have knowledge about it, that's another thing. We got governors and mayors that have no knowledge how the 911 system even works. No, you ask Governor Haley right now, how does the 911 system work? She couldn't even tell you. That's how bad it is. It's horrible. The mayor the same way. The mayor couldn't tell you anything about how the 911 system operates. We were just talking about Phil Eng, how the MBTA is so neglected. He's getting paid $500,000, and since he's been in office, I think it's 2 years now, it got worse. It got a lot worse. So all these public officials that are getting paid all this money are robbing us. They're literally robbing us, and we're taking it like it's okay. But guys, keep in mind, there's a lot more going on there. You got to be aware of your surroundings. These politicians are doing a lot of stuff beneath your nose, because you're stuck on the TikTok, you're stuck on the Facebook, you're hiding behind what's that, the soap operas and the reality shows and all that kind of stuff. And while you're doing that, they're pulling the wool right over your eyes, and it's happening on a regular basis. Just pay attention. There's so much going on that you don't see because you're stuck in the wrong place. And these young kids growing up, let me get on that subject while I talk about this little thing going on in the city of Boston. These young kids are stuck on their phone 24/7. They're hardly learning anything at all. Like, literally, they can't even thread a needle. That's how bad it is out there. If you ask a kid to thread a needle right now and sew, he couldn't figure it out. That's how bad it is. It's horrible. I saw a kid, oh wow, asked him what did he just do, and he couldn't even tell me what he just did because he didn't know what he was doing. He just was so into the phone, and he was moving his hands and moving his arms, but didn't know what he was doing. People, we're not even gonna talk about it. There's so much going on out there, guys, but be safe, be vigilant. 911 system is down statewide. I'm gonna do some checking around, call a couple of people that you got it, buddy, a couple of people that I network with and see what else is going on. But there's a lot more else going on out there, guys. Be safe, be vigilant. Might want to invest in some two-way radios and communications in case your cell phones go down. Catch you guys in the next one.